L'Oreal, Mac, YSL, a world full of fashion and a world full of brands. A world where Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashians are the ideals. A world where looking beautiful, rather sexy, is all one desires. The minute you walk into a shopping mall, your eyes and your mind is subjected to 1,000 images of beauty. These images and perceptions are being sold every day. Sexuality can be a powerful motivator. While sexiness in and of itself isn't harmful, but according to Jean Kilburn, a notable writer on the images of women in ads, cites some really alarming facts about trends and objectification of women and their exploitation in advertisements. Women often appear wanton, passive, and childlike in ads, sending a message that such qualities are normal and even desirable in women. What is even more alarming is that men receive these messages that women should act submissive and wanton and come to expect that in a relationship with the opposite sex. This can result in ageism, particularly against women who may perceive the ideas and images of unattainable youth as the ideals to strive for. As women get older, they feel the pressure to look young, ignoring the natural beauty of a 50-60-year-old body to attain a 20-30-year-old one. This in turn creates a dangerous impression that such a lifestyle is attainable, when in fact it results in low self esteem and damaging habits. For the purpose of understanding the psychology behind the advertisements and what goes through in the mind of advertisers when they make a particular ad, I spoke to Paul Ridway, who is an expert on advertising psychology and also a professor of advertising and marketing in Birmingham City University.
I think in terms of society, modern society has impacted on young females in terms of sexualization of young children, in terms of the fashion. And like you say, that dress was for like sort of the children's section, and it's being over sexualized for a child, if you know what I mean. Being somebody that's under 15, and even with certain things where, so in terms of the mindset of the average 15-year-old, it has changed in terms of they are being more sexualized now, but also their access to the internet, to social media and stuff like this. In a way, they've been pushed to grow up very quickly. So what is accessible to them now in terms of images and bloggers and people talking about how to apply makeup, who they look to, those bloggers and stuff, they are normally, some probably 18 to mid 20-year-olds, but that are in a way pitching or selling or promoting to under 15-year-olds. So because most with girls, they always look to the older age group to aspire to. So when they're 15, they want to be 18. When they're 18, they want to be 21. When they're 21, they want to be 25. And it's the same. So they aspire to the next age group.
So, when an advertising agency makes an ad for a particular brand or a product, what goes on in their mind and what are the things that they keep in mind to target the audience in the way that they want to?
When we're looking at images, when we're doing a campaign, think of the three S's. How things are, how do you want things to look? What's this in the symbol or in the image? What are you trying to say? If you're showing something in black and white, it sometimes makes you think in a certain way. When you see a film going to black and white, you know that it's talking about history, the past, or it might be talking about something factual. That's about the symbol, what we call the semiotic, what we put, and we put that in a lot of brands, McDonald's, KFC, Adidas, Nike, Louis Vuitton. All of them have their own symbols or signs. But symbolism or semiotics is not only about the sign, it could be the taste, the smell, or a sound that we're used to. So it has a psychological effect. It's about how can we make people change, do things. How do we get people to think, do, or behave in a certain way? And advertising's role is to get into the mind of the consumer, to persuade the consumer to live a certain lifestyle.
So, in the course of doing this research, I managed to speak to a few women aged 18 to 25 and get their responses on how far advertisements influence them. And I was really amazed as to what these women answered me. Almost all of the women I interviewed had one woman from the glamour sector, the glitz and glamour of who influenced them, and they literally want to be copycats of the women they mentioned. Hi, can I have your name, please?
April.
Okay, so April, tell me, how far do advertisement influence you to buy certain products or buy some makeup or those set of clothes